Okay, so Byron, I have a question for you. It's a question I get asked all the time, and I kind of find the question a bit annoying, if I'm honest. However, it probably is a really important question, and it's and it may be that you have someone significant in mind. However,
get to the question.
All right. So, who are your role models, or do you have any role models?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So before I answer that question, may I ask why the question annoys you?
Because I just feel like I think people will expect a really obvious answer. Like they expect it to be a celebrity, or they expect it to be like a well-known, well-regarded business person. And I think there's an underlying feeling that you have to have someone specific that you look up to in order to be successful or to do well in life. And I just don't think that's the case. I don't think you have to have a role model. And I think when I respond and I say who my role models are or whatever, people are like, oh. Like they want me to say Richard Branson, Oprah Winfrey. That's what I used to always say, because I do respect them. I think they're fantastic. But realistically, are they my role models? Like, I think that's anyway, look, you told me not to rant about it. So I don't know why you asked me the question.
All right, so while I'm answering the question, can you do me a favor? Google what the definition of role model is.
All right.
Okay, so from my understanding of role model, and to answer your question, I personally don't have any celebrity-based role models. They've not been able to touch me in a way because they're so far removed, I guess, or they just don't relate to me. So my role models are people.
Oh, I've got it. Do you want the definition?
Give me the definition.
A person looked to by others as an example to be imitated, or a person whose behaviour, example, or success is or can be emulated by others, especially younger people.
Interesting. So I don't want to be like anybody else, really. So I don't have a role model then, to answer your question. There are people within my network, within my reach, or that I
admire.
Admire.
That's an
or
option
respect.
on the definition.
Okay, so there's people within my network that I admire, I respect, that are doing some amazing things, that motivate me, inspire me, drive me forward. But I don't have the textbook kind of celebrity figure.
But do you want to emulate those people that you admire, that you...
No one's doing anything that I feel that I'm like, oh my God, I just want to do exactly what you're doing.
Right.
I think I'm on my own path, on my own journey. I'm doing some incredible things. They're doing some incredible things. But there's definitely no one that is doing exactly what I want to do. Like, oh my God, this person here. So, no, I don't have any textbook answers. I don't have that, as you put it, Richard Branson or anyone, of that kind of ilk that I can say, I want to be like them. So, sorry to be a drag. I don't have a textbook answer for you. So the answer is no, I have no particular role models that are celebrity out there. But I do have some people, and maybe...
Do you feel like people need role models in order to...
I think
because I think sometimes that's the thing, people say to me, you realise now that you're a role model, young people need role models to look up to. Do you think that you needed that when you were young? Do you think it's necessary now?
I think the difference is, and why I think it's more relevant, when people say that to us in terms of you're a fantastic role model, or we've been nominated for a role model award, I think the difference is we are relatable and people can relate to us for their own journey, for example. And we're reachable. They understand the story behind us and what we've been doing. And that's the difference between the textbook answer of a Richard Branson, where are people really able to relate to to him as an individual? Have they heard him speak enough? Have they, met him? He's not reachable. So I think that's probably why, for me, these guys are not my role models. There are people that I'm sure in the business world that I do admire that are, far removed, that perhaps I wouldn't get to meet, or would still like to share a dinner table with them and have a conversation, but not my role models. But I do think that we are role models. to answer your question, I do think, yes, we are role models to some, and that's because we are relatable and people can reach us and understand our journeys. And I think that's perhaps why we might be role models.
So, okay, on that point then, do you feel, if you would say that you potentially, that, okay, I agree, to some we are role models, so if with that in mind, do you feel a pressure or a responsibility to act in a certain way because it might be perceived to be a role model by some who may be younger than us, who may be looking up to us? Do you feel a responsibility to behave in a certain way or do certain things?
The straight answer
Yeah.
is probably no, because I feel like I kind of live my truth anyway. So I live my life and I behave how I behave because I am who I am, and I feel that is,
part of your brand,
part of my brand anyway. So I don't need to pretend to be anything or anybody that I'm not, or not do anything I don't really want to do for the sake of being a role model.
Yeah.
There are some things, actually, there are some couple of opportunities I've had that were a bit interesting that I was like, I can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
But that's for my own personal
Is that your own?
brand.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Whereas there are things sometimes I would post or consider posting, like reposting or whatever, then I think, oh no, maybe that's not appropriate because I'm aware that I have some people who are a younger demographic who follow me for whom I wouldn't want them to think that was acceptable, even though I will find it funny. Maybe it's not funny.
Yeah.
For that, and then so I feel like sometimes I have to consider that, and that's not me not being authentic. That's me being authentic, but considering who I'm targeting and thinking about my market and thinking that actually, is it necessary? No, it's not everything you see you should post or repost.
Yeah, absolutely.
I guess. But yeah, I just wondered if you felt like there was an intense responsibility that comes with being a role model.
Yeah, there's a responsibility, I think, definitely. I don't think it's anything to do with being a role model.
Okay.
It's just being consciously aware of your environment and your customers.
Yeah.
You know, they don't want to see certain things.
Yeah.
They know you do it.
Yeah.
But they don't need to see it. We all have an opinion. We all have a life. And I think, it's perfectly acceptable for you to do some things. It's not perfectly acceptable for you to publicise it.
Yeah, sure.
So I just think that's just being consciously aware of your...
I feel like that's interesting though, because there is a certain, like the younger generation, I don't feel like they have that separation necessarily. They just post whatever's happening. Yeah. Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Anyway, until next time. Self-maders.
Wrong.
What's that?
Self-maders?
I said until next time, self-maders.
Oh. I thought you were going to say self-made.
It's success.
Bye, guys.